Well, hello, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today we are going to go over our study guide, Unit 1A study guide to prepare for our test tomorrow. So make sure you have your name on it. This is period 4, and the test date is tomorrow, 8/29. Now, we are going to do a dot plot for the following spelling test scores. The first thing we have to do is title the graph. Spelling test scores will be the title for this graph. You could have spelling scores, test scores. I would probably count those all right. You can add adjectives like a specific person's test scores if you wanted to be creative. That would be fine. Now, we have to determine what numbers to use on our number line. Our smallest value is 90 and our largest value is 100. So we need to go from 90 to 100. If at any time I am going too fast while you're watching this video, you can put it on pause so you can catch up to what we are doing. So you should have it numbered 90 to 100. Now, with 90, we have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Put 3 dots above 90. No 91s. We have 192. You have 2 93s. Put 2 dots above the 93, 1 above 94, 1 above 95, and I'm marking them out so I don't forget about them, 1 over 97, and 2 over 100. All right, that's an easy way to get points on your test tomorrow. Now, use your dot plot to find the following. Okay, I'm going to put these numbers. We need to find the mean, median, and mode. I'm going to put the numbers down in order from little to big. I have 3 90s, and you're going to add them on your calculator. Yes, you will be allowed to use a calculator on tomorrow's test. You add these up in your calculator. If you do so correctly, the sum, when you add all of these numbers together, is 1,034. Did anyone get 1,034 in here? Very nice. Now, what am I going to divide 1,034 by? Yes, in the back. 11. Using your calculator, when you do that, you should get 94. Your mean is 94. On your test tomorrow, if you show this and you don't get 94, I will give you partial credit. So make sure you show everything that you need to on your test. Any questions? All right, our median, middle number. Which one is our middle number in the list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the middle number is 93. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 6th number is 93. It's all by itself. So your median is 93. Middle number is median. Which number occurs the most? Which number occurred the most? Mode is the most, yes. 90. 90 occurred the most. It occurred 3 times. Now, what is your maximum value in the list? What is your maximum value? Please pay attention. What's the maximum value? Yes. 100. And your minimum value is, yes, 90, very nice. So the range is your maximum minus your minimum, and the range is 10. Any questions? Okay, let's go on to number 2. Students in Mr. Williams' Saturday art class are those ages. Find the median. Well, the first thing you have to do is put them in order from little to big. That will be 11, 14, you have 2 15s, 2 19s, and a 47. Your median, or your middle number, is going to be 15. 3 above, 3 below. Your mean, you're going to add them together with your calculator. When you add them together, you'll get 140. What am I going to divide 140 by? 7. 140 divided by 7, your mean is 20. Question: which better represents students' ages? In that list, is 15 a better representation of the numbers in the list, or is 20? Which one represents that list? Which one represents the list best? Yes. 15. So you're going to say the median. Now there are 2 correct answers for the median, and you only need one for the test. One is the median because there is an outlier. When there is an outlier, you use the median. What's the outlier in this number set? Yes.
11.
No, 11 actually isn't. Yes. 47. The outlier is 47. That would be one reason. Let's say you couldn't remember this reason with an outlier. Then you would just say, most of the ages are closer to 15 than 20, right? So you could write that for another reason. Most of the ages are closer to 15 than 20. All right, so that could be an answer for Y, or you could use that for an answer Y. You don't need both of them, just one if that were a test question. Let's look at number 3. Which questions below are statistical? That means they have more than one answer. What is the average low temperature for the month of October? Average means you're using more than one score, right? So that's a statistical question. How many pets do the 6th graders in your school have? On the answer key, this is considered a statistical question because everyone in the school, does everyone in the school have the same number of pets? No. But if you wanted an exact number, if you added up everyone's pets, you could get an exact answer. But they mean it, everyone in your school, do they have the same number of pets? No. What shoe size are you? That's one answer. Even though some of us are in between an 8.5 or a 9, something like that, but still it's one size. How many countries are in South America? It's an exact answer. It's not a statistical question. Explain how you know one of the questions you circled in problem 3 is statistical. It has more than one answer. It has more than one answer. Any questions? Does everyone have that? Let's go to the next page. Here we have a line graph. This goes over a period of time of 10 weeks. It says, Frankie gave his parents this graph based on the amount of time he was spending doing chores. Based on this graph, they thought he had doubled his time doing chores. What did his parents think at first? They thought he doubled it. What do you think? Kids, did he double his time in chores, yes or no? No, that is the correct answer. No. What do you think? No, he did not. Now we have to explain why. Well, let's look at week 1. Week 1, he did how many hours of chores? 3, right? So week 1, 3 hours, okay? What is 3 hours doubled? 6. 3 hours doubled would equal 6, okay? I'm just going to put 3 doubled equals 6. Okay, now when you look at this graph, after 10 weeks, where is he at after 10 weeks? How many hours are his chores? 4. Week 10 equals 4 hours. 4 hours does not equal a 6, does it? And you can just do it like this. 4 hours does not equal 6 hours. So he did not double it, did he? You could do something like that, because 3 doubled would be 6 hours. 4 hours does not equal 6 hours. You don't need to do a lot of words if you use your correct mathematical symbols. Now let's go on to number 6. If you didn't get all these answers, this video will be in your Google Classroom and you can use it to get the rest of the answers, okay? All right, let's go on here and we are going to do a histogram. Now the problem with the histogram is they didn't do intervals. So this first interval goes from 65 to 69. This interval from here to here is 70 to 74, 75 to 79, 80 to 84, 85 to 89, and then we're at 90. So this one is 85 to 89, 80 to 84, 75 to 79, 70 to 74, and 65 to 69 is in that bar. All right, so let's answer the questions that are below. How many players are included in the graph? Well, For the following questions, record whether you can determine the answer based on the graph. Now, this is the graph they'll want us to do. If you can, write the answer. So how many players are included in the graph? Well, we better make our graph. From 65 to 69, there is just one person. So it's only going to go halfway up because they're going by twos. Okay. From 70 to 74, I have 1, 2, 3. So it's going to go up to the 3. From 75 to 79, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to go up to the 7. It's in between the 6 and the 8. From 80 to 84, I'll use this blue, and they'll just put dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have a total of 15. So I'm going to go up in between the 14 and the 16. Bless you. Then the last one, it's from 85 to 89. 85 to 89, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to go in between there. All right, there I've got my graph, my histogram. So we're going to use the histogram to see if we can answer these questions. How many players are included in the graph? Well, we can answer that, yeah, because it's 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 15 plus 9. And when you add those together, you get 33. The answer is yes, 33. Any questions? How many heights are below 75 inches? Well, that's pretty easy. It's going to be this one and this one. So we can answer that, and the answer is 3 plus 1, which equals 4. How many heights are exactly 81? If you look at the histogram, you can't tell. So the answer is no, we can't figure it out. But if you looked at this one, you would know. If you looked at the data chart, you could tell. But on the histogram itself, you can't tell the exact number that were 81. All right? Any questions? Okay, let's, yes.
I thought that the last one was 7. Because on the data table, it only has 7 on the last.
7 on the last one. And I put, do I not, oh, I have a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I meant to place it here. You're right. But the sum is 33 because I was looking at the wrong, thank you. Thank you for helping me fix that. 3, 2, 1. I am recording this, so we still have a few more minutes to do the next page. Number 7. On your test, there's going to be a problem sort of like this. It might not be a bar graph, it might be a line graph, where you have to interpret data. It says this is a bar graph. They're not intervals and they're not touching. It's a bar graph. It shows the overall average fuel efficiency of all automobiles. Describe what you know from the graph about the vehicle fuel economy over the years. Okay, well, you can say one statement, fuel economy has increased. So one statement, fuel economy has increased. Okay, now I'm going to do a comparison from 2003 to 2012. In 2003, it was 19.5. A car would get 19.5 miles per gallon. In 2012, it looks like that's about 23.5. It was 23.5 miles per gallon that the cars were getting, or each car was getting 23.5 miles per gallon per average. Now, what this graph is deceiving. It makes it look like it increased a lot, doesn't it? But when you look at it, how many miles per gallon did it increase actually? Here it makes it look like, oh my goodness, they really improved their gas mileage, right? But it's really an increase this span of 9 years or the range of 9 years shows an increase of how many miles per gallon? Shows an increase of, what is 23.5 minus 19.5? 4 of 4 miles per gallon. But it sure makes you think you got a lot more than 4 miles per gallon increase, doesn't it? So that's just a little deceiving. Now, before we wrap class up, we need to determine which box plot matches this graph. Okay, the first thing you look at are the ranges. They're all the same, correct? Then let's look at the median. The medians are different. If I look here, my middle number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be in between these two. It looks like it's going to be about 20.75 would be in between these. Please stay in your seats. Which one of these medians is closest to 20.75? This one is 23. 19, 20. This one is 20. This one, it looks like it's closer to 21 or 20.75. So the answer choice is B. And we used our median to determine it. And the numbers are spread out. I will have the rest of the answer keys for this on the video in your Google Classroom. Goodbye.